Let's head to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Lifelong Browns fan, 55 years, all while living in Buffalo, New York. I was just watching the YouTube video on Jed Wills and Bill Callahan. I've seen them loafing out there. I've seen them quit on plays, and it's not just an isolated incident. And so my question is, what is the problem with some of the linemen talking to him, the coach talking to him, anybody else talking to him to look into this and correct it, do something, move him to right tackle? I don't know, but a player shouldn't be able to dictate how he plays. So I would imagine he's been talked to, and he just ignores it, which that's a problem, in my opinion. Thank you, guys.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. So, Casey, just to bring you up to speed, someone said if we credit Bill Callahan with Teller and Posick and other guys, should it be a knock against him that Jed Wills hasn't figured it out? Again, I get people's frustrations because social media age, they're all over the place where there are plays that aren't happening. Having said that, there's some talent there. Again, as a coach, it's got to be a head scratcher because I think this guy has the ability to be a pretty good left tackle, and he hasn't got there yet.
Yeah, he plays there in pockets. You'll see it, and he's gotten better in the run game. I think the sticking point is going to be with the fan base is the quitting on plays, which I wouldn't even phrase it like that. He plays to his own internal clock, and when he feels the play's over, he doesn't have that second gear to go find work elsewhere, which I think you need to have, especially when you have a quarterback like Deshaun Watson, because the play's truly never over. Until the echo of that whistle, you need to be head on a swivel, even if you don't have anybody looking to pick up someone. And there's no way he hasn't been talked to by Bill Callahan and the rest of these offensive linemen, because they all sit and watch this film together, and I'm sure that's a big sticking point. And it is true, if we're going to credit Callahan for all the miracles he's pulled and putting backups in and getting starter-level play out of him, then they needs to be talked about why this issue isn't, easily overcame. Like, what can you do to get a player like that motivated to do that extra stuff that he's not doing? And that's the question, And the only thing that's going to solve any of this is the actual play on the field and him not demonstrating that quality anymore. And the first time he does, it's just going to feel compounded. Even if he goes 6 games and then all of a sudden it pops up again, because there was so much of that in his past, it's going to be looked at as this giant continuation of him not finishing plays. So I just hope for his sake he gets it together, because this is the biggest year of his life as far as being a professional football player. He can make himself a lot of money, or he can, find himself without work, in the next 2-3 years easily.
Yeah, and you know what? You bring up a really good point. More important than ever that you continue to block because of the guy you have at quarterback and what you have invested in him. Remember, he moved from right tackle to left tackle. That's a tough thing to do, but he's got to be a little bit better, I think, than he has been. And he's been average. I think he has better than average left tackle talent. We haven't seen that consistently.
Oh yeah, from a physical standpoint, he's exactly what you're looking for. You can see why they moved him over to left, even though he hadn't previously played that. But you also got to remember, one of the reasons they kept him at right tackle is because he had a left-handed quarterback in college, and that was the blind side. So, it was a natural progression. I think most teams viewed him as a left tackle coming out, and we're on year 4 of the job. You know what I mean? Like, it's make or break. Either he can get it done at an elite level, or he can't. The problem is with him is where he was drafted. Being the 10th overall pick, being just above average isn't good enough. You're not going to get the contract that a player drafted 10th overall gets, unless he's willing just to play for far less money, and I don't see that being the case.
Well, you add that to the fact that the guy you replaced is a first ballot Hall of Famer who has been there, for 10, 11 years before you. So, again, play better. None of the other stuff matters. Just go out and play better.